One of the coolest things I hope you will learn this year is that you can use patterns in math to remind yourself or refresh your memory about certain rules that most other students might have to memorize, but you will actually understand why they happen the way they do. So you're all probably comfortable doing a 3 plus a negative 2. But suppose you forgot for some reason. So this is our goal. And we want to figure out, how do we do a positive plus a negative? I forget. Let's say you just suddenly are blank. Or maybe your little sister is insisting that you're wrong and you're like, here, I'll prove it to you. So we don't know what this is. So what I'm going to do is create a pattern. So I'm going to start somewhere I am sure of. I know this. I also know this answer. I also know this answer. And so notice I am using a pattern. I am keeping one thing consistent, and then I am changing this by 1 consistently. So my next entry will be 3 plus 0, then I will have 3 plus a negative 1. So notice I am going down by 1 consistently. So as a result, I can now observe what is happening here, and then use the pattern to predict what is happening here. So for this spot, 3 plus 0, well, I know that's 3. It also, I can see that I'm going down by 1. So I don't know how to do 3 plus negative 1, but my pattern dictates, my pattern demands that this is going to be a 2. And again, my pattern demands that this is going to be a 1. So now I've proven that 3 plus negative 2 is equal to 1. If you are concerned about figuring out multiplication, like what if you wanted to know what is 5 times a negative 2? Let's say you forget. So you want to start somewhere that is known, someplace familiar, and your goal is to get there. This is your goal. You want to figure out what you want the pattern to dictate what will go there. So where could we start? Somewhere familiar? Something that I'm sure of. You don't have to go too high, but you want something that will give you a pattern. So now I see that I kept this constant. I changed this just by 1, very consistently, stepping down gradually. That's very key. Make your step or your adjustment consistent. And now I'm going to observe that I am dropping by 5 every time. So to drop by 5, I'd become a negative 5. To drop 1 more, I'd become a negative 10. So a positive times a negative equals a negative. So I reminded myself and I used a pattern to confirm what this is.